Well, that was quite a week. We had um, just having a look at a few charts to wrap up for the week. So we had SPY ended up right on my target here, and it came down to the support here, which was my target, and also had a target at the 100 MA. So, and it's also a 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. So, look at the volume profile; it's gone quite weak here as well. So that suggests to me that there could be a little bit of a bounce. It did sort of buy back into the close a bit, so you just got to see what happens next week. But this point here is where I take the profit on the options because they were quite deep in the money at that point. 301, bought them at 301, and they were quite deep in the money by that time. So you don't want to hold on to options. That's the difference with options. You could still get further downside, but then they'll be too far into the money, and you might not get a buyer either for them. So you can't be greedy with options. You got to get if it gets to your target, your predetermined target, you've got to take profit with options because it just doesn't work that way. The type of options trading that I do, you've got to flip it out quick, smart, and not to say that it could go down further on Monday, but then you could get a rally off this support back that way too. So you just don't want to take any chances. You've had a good profit on it, and this doubled. The premium doubled, more than doubled in that short time there. So that was good enough profit. So I think that made about 6.5 there. That was about 6.5 grand there profit just in that small move there, just on a very small amount of contracts. So it just shows you what you can do with leverage with options and with very little work and very little risk. I barely scratched the surface on that demo account just to show what you can do with a small amount. And I think I don't think I even used 2%, 2 or 3% of the account or something. It was a very small amount that I used. And let's have a look now at QQQ. That was down to my target as well, so I took profit on that as well. Down to the 100 MA here on the 4 hour, down to the support here on the daily. So that could be still further momentum to the downside. But as I said, you want to take your profit on this, and we'll look to get a rebound, and then we'll look to take the move to the downside again. It's a bit hard to say exactly what the stochastic's still pointing down here, so that suggests you could see some selling at the open on Monday, but we don't want to muck around. We've had a good go at it now, and this is the point of control here as well on QQQ on the daily, so you don't want to be greedy, as I said, with it. You've made good profit on it, and you get the hell out with options. You don't hang around. So Dow Jones didn't have anything on the Dow, but I'm just showing. Excuse me. Oh, I'm absolutely knackered. It's been a long week. Oh boy. Um, uh, the Dow, I was just going to show the Dow. Look at that perfect reversal there off a consolidation. That's beautiful. That and seems to have just held there a bit on that near the 100 on the 4 hour there. So it's quite far down from. It's sort of found support at the top of the Kumo here on the daily. So let's have a look at the VIX. What do you know? What do you know? Where did those whales have their strike price at 20? Where did it get to? 20. That's no coincidence. They knew exactly where it was going to get to, and so So let's have a look now, seeing this, so it bounced off this support here just exactly as I was expecting. And see that candle there, it's gone a bit, it's an inside candle there, so that could be suggesting that that's as far as it's going to go. That's why you want to take your profits on your options as well, because you could get a pullback and you could get a rally come Monday. So junk bonds are not all that bearish, but they are a little bit, but not as much as not as bearish as what you could expect at the moment, and still above the daily Kumo at the moment. So not particularly bearish on junk bonds. If have to see how junk bonds develop, but the dollar got a punch in the nose, so Trump's been at it with his antics and trying to keep the dollar from breaking out here. So believe me, they look at these levels, the Fed and everyone at the White House does. They've got a special team that looks at all this, and believe me, they were watching this level and trying to do whatever they could to stop it breaking out above this level here. So look at that smash there. Trump comes out and starts tweeting stuff, and down she came. So off that level there. So what a rip on that. And now she's coming down. So we'll see what it does in the week ahead. But I guarantee you they're going to try and do everything they can to keep it below this trend line here to stop it breaking out. But it's going to be interesting to see. And of course, gold rallied on that. Gold was quite strong end on the week. I thought gold might have been looking to sell off, but gold's held up. So that's a very good indication that gold was bid there on the 4 hour to end the week. So that's and that's become a point of control there now on the daily. So that's very interesting, and could get a breakout. It could get if the dollar does weaken, gold could really lift off that in the week ahead. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But let's have a look at our friends here. They're still holding these contracts here. The whales are still holding these 20 strike August 21 expiry. They're still holding on to them. I thought they would have taken profit and got out and closed some of these out, but look at the volume on that. 79,000, Jesus, 93,000, 82,000. That's huge volume going through here. 263 at 19. That's the main two strikes they've been targeting, and big one there, 226, and there's quite a few big ones here as well. It's a huge amount of open interest for the VIX. So they still expect more downside yet to go. They're not done. Maybe they're expecting a small rally in stocks, and then it proceeds further to the downside. That's what it looks like they're showing. And what else are they going to look at? Let's have a look. The SPY was 301 strike. August 30. Puts rather. Puts, where are they now? 301 is right down here. It's deep in the money now, so that's getting too far into the money. You see when you've got it down. See there's quite a bit of volume there still, but you're getting a bit risky to keep holding those now. So you want to just take profit and look at picking it up again. The 301, yeah, didn't have a problem getting out of those, but yeah, there's still quite a bit of volume on those, and Yeah, it's just best to not push your luck. Pretty good. It's a good return on it, so you're going to be happy with that, and just take your doubled, more than doubled. So I started off on the 15th of July. I started 2 weeks ago. I started off with 100,000, just purely mucking around. Made 15,000 just without even. It's like total of half an hour's work in 2 weeks, and made 15,000 quick profit. So, and that's just mucking around without even. Didn't even scratch the surface. I think I still had 97,000 available to trade with or something. So didn't even make a dent in that port. I made 15,000. So just to show you can make really good money. All this rubbish about no, you can't make money with options. They're no good. You've got time decay. Blah blah blah. People just make stupid excuses. But if you kept going at this rate, you'd make 1,540% return for the year. So, not to say you would keep going at that rate, but I mean, where else can you get returns like that on your portfolio? I don't know of anywhere. So, with very little risk, that is too, like tiny risk, and it does. You make all this money while you're doing other things. So what could be better than that? I mean, shit. What do I have to say? I feel like grabbing people and just shaking them and saying, "Fucking wake up to yourself. What are you going on about, you idiot? Get off bloody Facebook. Get off silly bloody Twitter. Start bloody. Oh, you can't tell people, but what do you do anyway? Just showing how it turned out. All right, bye for now. That's just a quick one. Bye for now."